So it's June 20th, the start of summer, the summer solstice in Northern Hemisphere anyway. I guess it's the opposite in the Southern Hemisphere. So it's the longest day of the year, of course, for us. And apparently our shadows are the shortest today, if I remember correctly. Here's a couple of boats going out for their catch. And I'm just going to show you some of my indoor catch. Some vegetables that I've got today, both indoor and outdoor. My peppers, these are Carmen, and they can go red, but they're starting to look a little funny and the plants need a break, so I'm going to get some, and tomatoes, and make just a nice fresh pepper and tomato salad. So this is the Swiss chard that overwintered. I'll be showing you that in a minute. So just a little haul for us for to eat dinner this evening. And then some spinach that also overwintered. It's cool. And a couple of radishes. So I'll walk you through the garden and what's what. Remember that it snowed only 10 days ago. Full on snow. But it's just starting to rain now, and this is a mix of talking and overdubbing because of the wind. Right, first bed is my strawberries, and they look amazing. I'm very pleased. The strawberries are coming out everywhere. They're all over the ground. I do not do anything with these, but let them lay their runners and grow in this bed on their own. The mother plants are still in there. I'll keep my eye on that for next year. Okay. This bed, well, it's starting to pop up. So there's my peas. These are my purple peas. Doing well. My broad beans are coming out. They're just starting to show, if I'm in the right spot. There we go. Flowers. So they're doing well. Then I've got mixtures of, there's a kale there, there's beets. Something went wrong when I put my carrots and parsnips in. And I'll show you what I mean. This stick was my carrots, and this stick was my parsnip row. And of course, high winds, and well, we had snow, of course, everything. A lot of rain. No rain since, but they seem to have washed away. This on the top is, when dry, is very loose. It's not that dry, but well, yeah. You see, so I think they just all blew away, and so I have the most spotty germination, but I have since stuck some seeds in. So carrots are coming up. I'll show you what I mean. There's a carrot over here in the parsnip roll. There's a parsnip up there. But then come over here, and somehow parsnips landed over here. Oh, they've landed everywhere. So I'm a bit confused, and I think I've been pulling. There's another parsnip over here. Very strange, where I had planted nothing and still haven't. So I'm not sure. And you know, I stuck flower seeds out, and I think I've ended up pulling those out thinking they're weeds. It's all fun. So I've got some lettuce mix coming up here. These are my leeks. They're doing quite well. They've bounced back from my harsh treatment of them. As you know, I'm not able, do not do as I do, I'm not able to harden off. And so I've given up on it and just stick things out, and may the best man win. But the leeks are very good with that. Bunching onions. Oh wow, that's unusual. I've got one going to seed. That's strange, I guess the crazy weather. I've also lost my, a few have come up. This is my purple top. There's a wee purple top under there. But they didn't germinate too well, so I'll have to get some more seeds and put them out. And they blew over and they moved over too. So we must have had a washout in here. But that's okay. This looks like another kale or something. Some beets. Also very spotty germination. I have put some extra beet seeds in there, so we'll see what happens. My celery I've put out. You can see the results of, again, not hardening off and sticking these out. Celeries and leeks, thankfully, for me, bounce back and will be beautiful. So there's a Brussels sprout, went through a bunch of heck. He was a nice plant and got very stunted, not doing well. That's a wee, what do you call them? Ground cherry over there too. I don't know what these are. These are self-seeded. Could be weeds. Doesn't quite look like a weed. It looks like a mustard. A prickly mustard. It's not red. It could be reddish. I'll have to see, or I'll pull them out. And I've stuck more seeds in. We'll succession planting. We'll see what comes up there. That's how I sort of roll with that. Here, not much. There's some more of those. There could be a weed. If you know what they are, let me know. I don't think they are. No, they're not. See, they come out as a brassica. It's probably radishes that's self-seeded because I can't think of anything else that I left in the bed. Radishes I leave for the bees, I think. So there's some more leeks. This is a daikon radish. Some celery. I'm just starting to put celery out more now. These leeks are just afterthoughts and they're getting buried there, I think. Look at this guy. Is this in? Celery, again, you can see the initial and the suffering it went through, but then they bounce back and look beautiful. So I have yet to get these poles up, or Bruce to do it for me, for these peas and more broad beans. Let's see, starting to see my Swiss chard coming up. That's great. And some carrots, because this is a salad bed with low soil amount in here. That's probably the Parisian carrots. A random onion over there. When I can't find room, I stick things in here. So celery, bunching onions, there's a few celery there. Radishes. They're doing well. Except they too got blown way out of their path. This is not where they're supposed to, all we're supposed to be. Lost some lettuce here. That's okay, it'll work for succession planting. And I've already stuck it in. Got some carrots here, I guess. Parisian again. Looking a mess. The birds are also coming in here and having, I don't know, dust baths or something. They keep disturbing, they're not helping. And I have to see what's coming up here. It looks like some beets or maybe red Swiss chard. And there's a green Swiss chard, so maybe. That definitely looks, no, looks like red mustard, I don't know. And some more leeks. So, looks really patchy, but I'm still pleased. Everything's surviving and looking green. Now these are my beans. Bush beans, all of them. And I've got some spotty germination. So my early mohawk, not so early. I think there's one somewhere down here that's coming up. And this is a pea that birds must have thrown here, so I left it there, or the mouse or something. So the early mohawk, a bit of a disappointment. Hopefully it'll pop up now. As I say, I see one that was coming. I don't know where it is. Oh, here. Here's one. Actually, there's two then, because I saw another one somewhere here. Oh, I don't know. My Drew's Dandy are just all coming too. There we go. Here you can see the washout because I did not plant those seeds that close. it's just all you need is one downpour and everything just went wacko. My golden wax that I just bought at the hardware store, they're all coming up now. A little slower. Now my stringless green, I've only got, oh no, look, sheesh. Since this morning I only saw this one, and now, okay, they're all coming up. Pleased, good. I didn't think we were coming. Polish pea is doing really well. They're all out. As are, I'm saying this wrong, but my Chevrier Vert, or Verte, I don't know, doing really well. Just a green bean, that one. And then I did throw some yellow-eyed peas, or yellow-eyed beans in here. And they're doing well. Not enough to dry, but... Now 2 buckets that I have to move because Bruce can't stand the sight of a bucket. But this will be carrots. Well, there are carrots in there. I think I put 18 in each bucket. I'm just leaving them here so I remember to water them. This bed was the first onion sets that I planted. The stir on. All in here. So they're looking better than the ones up above where I can't water. I can water these ones easily. This mushroom was a whole mushroom last night. Apparently somebody's eating him. This is just going to seed, my lamb's lettuce, and then I'll pull that out and stick something else in there. And I also stuck a few leeks in there. Now, this is a year for the overwintering. It doesn't work every year and certainly won't. I'm going to pull this. It'll soon bolt, the Swiss chard, but it overwintered, and we'll eat that tonight. And there's one down there I'll show you. As with my celery that overwintered, and my one spinach plant that I left. I think it's very cool. Here's more of these. Oh, starting to see something there. No, I don't know what that is. Is it a turnip? Might be turnips. I can't recall letting a turnip go to seed though. But they're all over the place, so they blew everywhere. Daikon radish. Crazy big old thing. I've had oops, somebody I forgot to water. There's a celery that I neglected. I'll try to help that out later. These are so spicy. It's the big white ones. And really cool. But they got attacked, and I don't have much trouble with the root maggot thing. So I'm trying them again, but if they start attracting them here, I'm not going to be too pleased. That's another one. Some leeks. A random pepper that I didn't harden off, trying to survive. We'll see. As I say, the best man wins. Mizuna going to seed immediately. Didn't do well. Some spinach did come up. And some bunching onions. I plugged in a little later, so they do look a little smaller. This was peas. That this is the sugar daddy pea. I've got grass growing here. And I was finding the actual peas themselves have been eaten. The plants and left, so that's the wee mouse again. That's a self-seeded, I think, sunflower. And I planted that one. So again, all looks crazy spotty, but getting there. These are, I think it's Coco Sophie, so they climb. So I had to put them here. I'll have to fix that. That is, in one of my pots fell some of the Malabar spinach, a seed. And he went crazy, so I've brought him out. Maybe too early, don't know if he'll survive. This is a kale that had more on it. Anyway, he doesn't look good. I don't know why. Root maggot maybe? Celery. Again, these are the hardy plants I can get out first. Now the peppers I had to take out. I was getting aphids in the house, so out they went. They're not doing well, and I don't expect them to. And another Swiss chard that survived the winter. Now down here, that's the potato chit challenge. Put it out in the cold. and lost the whole plant, but he's alive in there. And these are 2 potato beds doing nothing yet, but they're fully planted with my extra potatoes down here. So that's down here. I'm just stepping over this, thought I'd talk about this. Small things amuse, I know. But for years, always using the standard handle. And I dropped it and broke it, so Bruce bought me a new one. This is the best thing since sliced bread, because you don't have to hold your hand squeezing while you're watering the whole time. Flipped it, and good. Good for old hands like mine. Alrighty then, the wind is just too high. These are just some pics of some of the asparagus that is showing. I'm very pleased. First year, of course. I won't be harvesting from these for 2 more years after that. Also in this bed are the Jerusalem artichokes, and they're looking just fine, aka sunchokes. Now this is just our overrun crazy wild flower bed, but I wanted to show you in several places I have found. I had lots of celery plants that I'd stuck in here and never got around to harvesting. They probably died back, but the point is they've overwintered and popped up. Another cool one. Now, the year before that we had Snowmageddon, so this is nothing you can count on, but it worked this year for many plants. Blackcurrant bush, young but filled with berries. Now I'm up in the upper garden. These are my broad beans, some more, and a kale that again overwintered, and I'm letting it go to seed. Here's my onions that I've planted, I think, a week or 2 after the ones down in the other end, but I don't get up here to water as much as I should. Oh, and there's grass clippings. You can see Bruce is starting the mowing. My Egyptian walking onions just smashing this year. I probably clip from these every 3 nights for cooking. All these potatoes, which were planted ahead of the ones down in the lower garden, they're all showing. Very pleased. Always good. Oh, and here's a spinach plant. I left in purposely, and it overwintered. I'm just thrilled with that. Also my sage is in there. And more potatoes. And that favorable winter or something, I did in the fall, I put a lot of manure on top of here, but these are my garlic and they are really doing well. They're have a nice large stems, very healthy looking. So you never know till you pull them, but they're looking very well. Anywho, that's a tour for June 20th, and hope you all have a wonderful week.